Hey, 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 it's your girl Jay, your favorite goddess coach, helping you make more money, attract more money, date more money, and feel fulfilled, living a rich life. And rich doesn't just mean wealthy in terms of like money. Rich is like, think about like when we describe things as rich, like, that chocolate, it was just so rich. It's rich with flavors. It's potent. It's a life out loud. Like you're living your life out loud. You're living your life on high saturation with lots of colors and flavors, excitement, and most importantly, fulfillment. But yeah, that's what we talk about at Rich Goddess Club. So check out my community. But I want to talk to you guys today about something that has been on my mind, on my spirit, and it's coming from a personal experience, and it's gonna be about the energy of being too cheap. Being too cheap, sis. You're being too cheap. You're being too cheap. I hate to break it to you, but you're being too cheap, especially if you're really great at what you do, right? And you're a master at your craft, you're an expert at your craft, and just in general, let's talk about it. I'm gonna talk about this from two perspectives, from the entrepreneurial perspectives, and I'm gonna make a video by just having cheap energy in general. But okay, entrepreneurs, my entrepreneurial ladies, or anybody who really resonates with this message today, you're being way too cheap and it's blocking your blessings. Your cheapness is blocking your blessings. The reason why you are not making enough money is because you're pricing way too low and you're way too scared to put your offers out there. Like you guys are literally acting like selling stuff is like a sin. There's nothing wrong with making money. There's nothing wrong with receiving money, and there's nothing wrong with selling things, because the simple act of selling something is literally a gift that you're getting to someone and giving to someone. Literally, I can attest to this. Right now, I am literally trying to find a coach for me personally and different teachers to teach me different modalities and stuff like that. I'm trying to upgrade and invest in myself in different levels of my life, because I'm the kind of woman, no matter how much money I make, I'm gonna always keep on investing myself. Like when I get to the next level and the next level, I see myself having a coach for every aspect of my life, because that is gonna allow me to literally elevate my life in different ways, looking at people who are supposed to be the experts of something and learning from them. It is literally single-handedly the easiest way to be able to see growth in your life and in your business. But here's what I'm seeing. I'm literally a person right now who is looking to drop like 10, 20K on a coach, and I cannot find the person I'm looking for, because all the people I'm looking for, either it doesn't exist, or the people I am finding, their price is way too low and it's giving cheap energy, and I don't want to invest in cheap energy, because when you invest in cheap energy, when you give money, money is a form of transaction. It is an energetic exchange. So when I'm investing into someone, what I'm saying is, I like what you're doing. I want more of it. I want to experience this in my life. But if you're supposed to be a spiritual healer and spiritual teacher, but you can't pay your bills because you're charging way too low and you're scared to put your offers out there, I'm not going to want to have a part of that. I'm not going to want to be a part of that. And if you charge too low, there's a portion of me that doesn't feel right, especially as a premium person. It doesn't feel right because it feels like I'm getting over on you instead of having a sacred, energetic money exchange. But literally, y'all think you're doing somebody a favor by charging yourself too low or by not being too salesy. You're doing it wrong. If people are saying you're being too expensive or whatever the case is, that's because you're marketing towards the wrong people, and it's time to elevate. You're talking to the wrong folks. Because I'm literally a person right now, I want to drop 10K, I want to drop 20K, and I cannot find what I'm looking for, and it's frustrating. Like I'm literally like, oh my God, I get it. And my mentor told me this a long time ago. She said, look, the reason why you're not going to make enough money and you're blocking your blessings is because you charge too cheap. And the next thing you know, this wasn't the first celebrity client, right? But this was like one of the first times a celebrity client reached out to me and wanted to work with me. They wanted me to do like feminine energy activation with them and some healing work. Stuff like that and other things. You know, she's super excited. We're going back and forth in the DM. She's like, oh my God, girl, I love you. I'm just like so ready. I'm so excited. She's texting back and like replying back really quickly. And then she asked me about my price, and literally I tell her my price. She leaves me on red for like an hour. When she leaves me on red, I'm like, oh my God, is my price too much? I was literally thinking about what do I charge? Like, I'm gonna try, because even the price I gave her was a little bit more than the price that I originally had. I was like, oh my God, this is a stretch. I hope she doesn't think that I'm, you know, a scammer because I'm out here charging so much. This girl literally replies back finally after leaving me on scene for an hour. And she's like, hey babe, I just want to let you know, woman to woman, entrepreneur to entrepreneur, your price is way too low and you need to put more value on yourself and your energy. And then I was like, oh my God, thank you so much. I appreciate this and thank you for telling me this. And then she never worked with me. She didn't work with me. And she didn't work with me after that because I priced too low. Because I charged too low, I literally lost out on an ideal client. And this happened a couple times in different ways, not the exact same way for me for a while, until I realized, F that. I'm not gonna do this to myself. I'm not meant to serve people who are not willing to pay the premium. That's just not who I am, and that's just not what my energy is all about. And honestly, when you charge low, especially for my service providers and stuff, and my people who are coaches and stuff like that, when you charge low, you give the person nothing to work for. It's almost like you're giving them an energetic bare minimum because you're telling your audience, you're telling your customers, you're telling your clients, oh, poor things, you guys can't afford this, you guys can't do this, so I'm gonna come down to your level. No, raise the freaking bar. Raise the freaking bar. Because when you raise the bar and you show people, look, this is a luxury experience, and you give them a luxury experience and you're great at what it is that you do, guess what, honey? You'll make more money, and then you're gonna give people the actual ability to grow. But when you're always like worried about other people instead of understanding that people are resourceful, like imagine if you really, really wanted something and you wanted something really, really badly. Are you gonna sit around and be like, oh, I can't do it? No, you're gonna figure it out. Anytime you really needed money, especially the women who watch this channel, guess what happened? You figured it out and you made it happen for yourself. You gotta think about yourself and your service and your product like that. It's important. People want it and it helps people, so guess what? I'm gonna put myself out there. But when you act all cheap, act all small, you don't say your prices, and this is another thing that y'all do, y'all will literally market yourself, like y'all make 3 posts about your product and be like, oh my God, no one's buying my product. You posted 3 times and then you're upset that people aren't buying your product. It takes the average person 7 times to see you to be able to consider buying a product. And now studies are showing it takes even more times. You gotta be consistent. You can't have this self-fulfilling prophecy where you're saying, oh, no one buys my products, I'm not good enough, I'm just gonna whatever, in your subconscious, and then wonder why you only post 5 times and see no results. It takes consistency. I've been on YouTube for a decade, a freaking decade. This didn't happen just like out of thin air. It did, I manifested it, and there was a lot of times where I manifested really quick growth on my channel, but to compound into that, I had to show up, and I had to know that I was worthy and that it was going to happen, and I had to decide that that's what was going to happen for me in my life. And that's what you have to do when it comes to your business. Treat it with respect. There is billions of people on this planet, and you mean to tell me that you can't find somebody who's gonna pay your fee and who thinks it's so not expensive? Just like there's a person that thinks you're too expensive, there's another person that is like, oh my God, that's it? That's it? So I need you to realize that you're worth it. Your product is worth it. Your experience is worth it. And if you need help with doing so, guess what? Tune into my paid play shop workshop called 100K Goddess Activation on July 1st. That is going to be live. We are going to literally do a goddess activation when it comes to the energy of 100,000, the energetic, spiritual, and practical work to make a 6-figure brand this year, 6-figure year, 6-figure months, 6-figure days, whatever is in your heart, whatever your desire is, we are calling in and channeling that energy. So if you want to invest in yourself and you want to start this process of doing your inner work around money so you can stop feeling all guilty for charging, please tune into this play shopping workshop. It is paid, it will cost money, and guess what? When you are able to spend money, you're able to receive money. Do what you have to do. If you really need like a payment plan, like Klarna, Afterpay, just email me, email my team at info@richgoddessclub.com and just send us an email and we'll work something out. We'll do something for you. We can get you a Klarna, we can get you Afterpay, whatever the case is, all right? But you just gotta email my team. But tap in, invest in yourself, and if you're not gonna come to the play shop, literally, instead of thinking, oh, I can't charge that much, start asking yourself, how can I charge that much? How can I charge more? How can I add more value to my offer? How can I make this offer more valuable? How can I be more valuable as a person? How can I invest more in my knowledge, in my expertise, in my experience? How can I get better at my craft? How can I make my offer better? Or whatever the case is. This is the questions you want to ask yourself instead of always being so worried about the price. Charge the price that you want to charge and go to that next level, and you will get to a price that feels good, and then at some point you're probably going to increase it, and then at some point you're probably going to increase it, and at some point you're probably going to increase it, and that's okay. It's all about that evolution, baby. This video has been brought to you by Rich Goddess Club, my online community with divine feminine bosses who are killing it in spirituality, business, romance, seduction, juiciness, and all the areas of their life. We are upgrading and elevating and going to the next level with classes, courses, content, lives, and I'm bringing in special guests to also help us elevate in our lives, okay? So tune into that community down below and join us on this beautiful journey, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace. Hopefully I'll see you at the 100K Goddess activation. Bye. Yay!